Pocong is undeniably one of the most renowned supernatural beings in Indonesia, captivating the imagination of people through various mediums such as folklore, literature, films, and games. Unlike the thumbnails of this video, the appearance of Pocong is far more unsettling. They are tightly wrapped from head to toe in a distinct white burial shroud, which can either appear soiled or gleaming. Often described as having a decaying facial structure, some even envision them with wriggling maggots and piercing red eyes. It is worth noting that the misconception of Pocong hopping instead of walking is a result of misinterpretation by filmmakers and storytellers. In reality, Pocong, like other spectral entities, possess a non-corporeal form that allows them to move effortlessly and even teleport to their desired locations. However, to understand how a Pocong becomes a Pocong, we must delve into religious beliefs and native culture. In Japanese, the term Pocong does not solely pertain to a ghostly entity. It literally signifies something that is bound or tied. It can also be used to describe a unit or quantify a specific number of items. For instance, we can say that 10 rice seeds are poconged to be planted in a designated area, and we can refer to them as 10 pocongs. Additionally, the terms can even be applied to something as simple as a hair tie, which will be called pocong and used as a verb. After a deceased individual is brought back to their family home or the funeral home, a cleansing ritual takes place to purify the body. Once clean, the body is carefully wrapped in a pristine white shroud and tied in at least 3 specific areas: above the head, under the crossed hands, and under the feet. This preparation ensures that the body is ready for burial in the cemetery. However, it is crucial to release all the ties right before the burial takes place. If this step is forgotten or overlooked and the body is already interred, the legend of the Pocong ghost begins to emerge. The Pocong ghost does not immediately haunt people overnight. It patiently waits for approximately 40 days following the individual's passing. According to beliefs, during these 40 days, the spirit lingers around its former house or the place it was attached to in life before fully detaching from its physical form. This process of complete separation, known as sampurna in Japanese culture, is considered essential. However, in the case of the Pocong, they remain bound due to all the ties not being released. This delay of 40 days explains why those who claim to have encountered the Pocong describe disheveled appearances with decomposed faces and soiled shrouds. Trapped in this new state, the Pocong may haunt individuals who are nearby or specifically seek out their own family. The intention, however, is not to frighten them, but simply to request assistance in exhuming the burial site to untie all the knots and achieve the desired perfect separation or sampurna. The solution to liberating Pocong from its eternal tragic tale of a trapped soul in our world can be found by urgently exhuming the deceased family members who haunts its former family or friends. This process, accompanied by a special additional ritual, will release all ties and allow for the reburial of the deceased. Once these steps are completed, the haunting by the Pocong ghost will cease immediately as the body and soul achieve a perfect separation known as sampurna. So, if Pocong poses no harm and harbors no ill intentions, why do people in Indonesia fear it? Interestingly, it is not the older generation who fears encountering Pocong, but rather the younger generation. This fear stems from a misconception. While the elderly were familiar with the lore surrounding Pocong during their youth, the younger generation lacks a comprehensive understanding of what Pocong truly represents. Furthermore, the rejection of the Pocong narrative by Muslims youth has led to a lack of knowledge and disregard for this local folklore. Believing in the existence of Pocong is often seen as contradictory to their religious beliefs. However, even if they do not believe in the actual existence of Pocong, they could still appreciate it as a part of literature or local folklore. Now, let's delve into the aspect of Pocong's behavior that is most misunderstood and instills fear in people. The Pocong in question possesses the ability to expel acidic saliva towards its intended target, resulting in severe burns or the melting of human skin upon contact. It is possible that this young individual only heard this particular aspect of the story and subsequently developed a fear of facial disfigurement. However, it is important to note that this specific entity is not a Pocong or any of its variations. It is known as a Wadon, a unique being that is created through the embodiment of a specific form of black magic. The Wadon possess the power of transformation. Initially, when observed from a distance, it appears as a small white cloth-like object. However, as one approaches it, the Wadon will gradually grow in size and height. Rumors suggest that it can reach towering heights comparable to trees or shrink to the size of room ceiling in its ultimate form. If one happens to enter its range, the Wadon will reveal a face and fixates its gaze upon the individual, causing them to become stunned. It will then proceed to expel its saliva. Typically, the target will either flee or lose consciousness, awakening the following morning. However, if someone manages to assist the unconscious victims before sunrise, they must exercise caution when attempting to wake them. Should the victim regain consciousness, they will begin recounting their experience, but before they can finish, the Wadon will reappear in the exact same location. If the victim's expression displays fear, it is crucial not to glance or even peek to where the victim's frightened eyes are pointing, as the Wadon might also spit at the observer's face and become its next victim. Therefore, if you come across an individual lying on the ground with their face or body covered in a strange substance, it is advisable to leave them unconscious and promptly relocate them or contact emergency services as a precautionary measure against the Wadon's reappearance. Due to its ultimate form resembling a white cloth with a face, the Wadon is often mistaken for a Pocong. Trivia: Pocong in your dreams. If you happen to encounter a Pocong in your dreams or nightmare, and you are unable to identify its face, and you are certain that no close friends or significant family members have recently passed away within the last 40 days, then congratulations are in order. Despite the horror of that dream or nightmare, it is believed to be an indication of an impending significant reward that awaits you in the coming days or weeks. This reward might manifest in the form of either material or spiritual gain, and it is considered to be a positive addition to your life. Pocong in banana trees. Despite the common belief that Pocong is a lost spiritual entity, individuals with heightened sense often claim that Pocong is frequently found residing within or around banana trees. One indication of his presence is when, at any given time of day, you observe a single leaf moving inexplicably in a banana plantation or an area with numerous banana trees. This occurrence signifies the presence of a supernatural being within that specific tree. In truth, Pocong is not the sole entity that inhabits banana trees, but the telltale sign remains consistent whether it is Pocong or another spectral beings dwelling there. Pocong's tie. Pocong ties are a topic that requires a more in-depth discussion, possibly even necessitating an entirely separate script. Should we discuss this in another video? This is my understanding of the main Pocong's lore, and I hope you find this information valuable, whether you consider it a myth, fiction, or true story. It is customary to appreciate any lore as a way to honor culture and beliefs. If you are Indonesian and possess extrasensory perception or paranormal knowledge, please feel free to provide further insight into the Pocong lore or correct any inaccuracies in my explanation. Additionally, if you have encountered Pocong in any way, Whether you have witnessed a sighting or have been directly involved in assisting the Pocong, you are welcome to share your story on the channel's official Discord server, Nicia's Netroom. This will allow other members to read your story, and I might even showcase it in dedicated videos that focus on reviewing Discord story submissions. An invite link will be provided in the description for you to join. Our Discord server supports 3 different languages: English, Indonesian, and Japanese. You can freely submit your written story in any of these languages without any concerns. My name is Firas. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you down the line.